Alright, hey, it's me again. I met with my surgeon just, because apparently I need this operation to feel my leg again. I can't feel my leg right now. I haven't been able to feel it in 2 months, and it started with my foot, but it's spreading, and I've gone to physical therapy and chiropractic and blah, blah, blah. Nothing has made it budge at all. So I'm gonna have the part of my disc that's bulging out snipped off. So they call it a discectomy. Whatever. Anyway, finally met with my surgeon, and it was interesting because I wanted a second opinion, kind of. So like I got a pretty straightforward answer from my neurologist. He was like, "Yeah, there's no question. If you get a shot, it will probably delay your symptoms. It is just too bad, and what you're telling me, you would be wasting your time. You just need to do it." And I was just like, "Okay, well, all right." No one wants to be told that they need to have a surgery, really, honestly. I don't think anyone really is in the mood for those just casually. So I wasn't, but I was like, okay. So I talked to my surgeon man, and he pretty much agreed. I was like, on a scale of meh to definitely, like, where do I lie? And he's like, "You're not the worst I've seen, but definitely." I was like, oh. But I got to see the MRIs, and that was cool. They didn't show me the MRIs before, and oh my. Oh my, the images. They are juicy photos indeed. It's really interesting. Right now, I am a week out from my surgery. I'm gonna go into the doctor one more time. They're gonna give me a leg brace or leg brace. They're gonna give me a brace to help stabilize my back for post surgery. And I'm starting to look around my house, thinking, oh, what do I need to worry about? Like, I have a roommate, and I'm gonna need to tell her, "Will you please help me out with certain things? Because I can't." Yeah. So I got cats. Look, her name is Noodle. She's asleep, but yeah, the litter boxes are on the floor, and I'm not going to be able to bend over and take care of those, so she's going to need to do that, as well as the cat's food and water, as well as taking out the garbages. So those are just some things that I've thought of so far. I'll probably think of more. She's so nice to do this, because I'm going to be infirm and so helpless. Anyway, yeah, I find myself in a weird position of doing what I feel like a lot of people do. Like, I'm just looking up stories like crazy, like, who has had a discectomy? Is it the end of the world? And so you find a lot of people going, "Oh my god, I hated it. It sucked." And I'm not really trying to like mock people who've had a horrible experience, but you find more negative stories than positive, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's reflective of like the generally what can happen. If something bad happens to somebody when they're going to the store, they're going to be more likely to leave a review than somebody who went to the store and just had a good time or a fine time buying there, whatever. This is the way our society works, is that there are going to be far more negative comments than positive ones, and so it's hard to gauge what are the probabilities of me having a negative outcome versus a positive outcome. And so if you go into these comment sections or these Reddit threads thinking that what you read is going to be representative of the greater whole, you're kind of setting yourself up. On the other hand, you could just be like, well, in my life, I have plot armor and nothing is going to slay me. I'm going to be just fine. And I think that's also a kind of setup. Because bad things do happen sometimes. Obviously, there are people who leave these reviews. So, anyway, I find myself nervous but optimistic. But also a little lost. Because most people who are talking about their conditions, they have horrible pain. I don't have horrible pain. I have numbness that's spreading. But like, I can move my legs. I can do all sorts of things, and it doesn't really hurt. It used to hurt a lot. But as the numbness has taken over my leg, the pain is still there, but it's kind of like a nagging thing that's just sort of kind of like radio static, is just sort of fuzzing it out. And that's the numbness, which means, like, I told my surgeon that, and he's like, "Yeah, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. It means that you can't even feel the pain anymore. So anyway, I find myself a little lost in that regard, just because most people are talking about horrible debilitating pain and not being able to walk, and here I am doing whatever the fuck I want, but also not being able to feel anything. So I don't know if anybody else has a similar experience, but like that's the reason why I'm getting a surgery is like if I walk for very long, it'll start to tingle, and I'll like without really noticing my biomechanics, my walk will be weird without me noticing because the muscles are tight. The muscles are tight as fuck. I just can't feel them. And so I'll start walking funny, and then my left knee will compensate, and then my knee will hurt because it's having to do so much extra work, the poor baby. And yeah, so it's not like I can do everything I want. I went to IKEA a couple weeks ago, and like after walking for an hour at IKEA, I was like, I can't do this. Because even if the pain is dulled in the leg that's being affected directly, the rest of my body has to make up for it, and it has pain as a result. So anyway, this is just a pretty short video. I'll keep updating. I'll probably do at least one more video before my operation, before the operation commences. Or is yeah, sorry. Oh god, I haven't been able to get out of my house in so long. I'm fucking bored, and I'm gonna have to look forward to weeks of, I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. I want to go back to work as soon as possible, but I have a feeling that I'm way too optimistic about when that is going to happen. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done. Leave a comment or whatever if you have numb, weird, numb tingle leg. Anyway, bye.